What's up YouTube fam, welcome back. Today we're doing a Ariana Grande inspired makeup from her music video. I'm not a huge fan of Ariana Grande, I know like a song or two, but I'm a huge fan of her makeup artist. That I saw my friend Sarah Noe do it. It looked amazing and I was like, I want to do it too, and so here we are. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Nats. Please subscribe if you like cruelty-free beauty. Try to do fun makeup, try to make it as easy as possible. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Let's get into the video. Okay, so somebody in my last video told me that my backgrounds are so boring, so this is me trying. I know it's a really bad try, but there's literally nothing I can do. Like, I don't live in a nice home. I'm kidding. I love my apartment, but my bedroom, this is my bedroom, it's quite boring, and I sit and I film in here because my husband works in the living room. This is why we're in this situation. I'm trying. We're gonna start with priming our eyes. I'm gonna use a concealer. This is the Cover FX Power Play. I don't have a eyeshadow primer because I'm a bad YouTuber. Anyways, I'm gonna, be quite generous with this, as you can see, and then I'm just gonna set it with an eyeshadow. Then we're gonna use everyone's, including my favorite palette, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. I'm gonna go into Tempera, and a big fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna go all over my lid and brighten up the lid and set my eye. Also, please, will you just excuse the awkward phase that I'm going through with my hair right now? I'm learning what I need for my curls, protein versus moisture, diffuser versus air drying, what the f am I doing, how do I sleep on it, yada yada yada. It's a whole bunch of things and science to figure out with curly hair. If I thought that I was saving time by keeping it natural, I was oh so wrong. Anyways, I did a tutorial that was kind of similar to this, but that was more like a liner focused on the inner corner. This is more the outer corner, and I'm gonna, once again, like I did in that video, use my Urban Decay brow blade to sort of trace those lines. If you have like a more taupish or coldish brown eye pencil, or like a kohl pencil or whatever, just something that's very precise and pencily and creamy, that's a good idea, because the shadow, most of the times, depending on what brush you're using, won't be as precise. I'm going to start with doing the wing part. If you look at her face, that sort of winged 60s shape that is surrounding her eye, it's quite big. There's quite a lot of space inside that area, but I mean, she has so much space in between her brow and her lashes that it's like they can afford to do that. So you're gonna have to adapt this depending on your eye. I want to angle it quite low down. I don't want to bring it too much up towards my brow. So we're just gonna start with from the corner of her eye, and we're just tracing this outwards. I'm gonna try to do the same angle as my other eye. This is a hot tip always when you do more like complicated looks like these, where it's like position is very important. The trick is to do one eye and then do the other. Now I think that actually this one is more angled upwards, so I'm gonna try to fix that. You'll see, we're gonna go in multiple times and fix lines with concealer. So when I look at that line on her, on the top, it's kind of like a little bit of an S shape, so it's not going straight across parallel to the crease. It's more like doing this S thing where it's like dipping down a little bit first and then it's going up. As I said, this is just the initial shape, and we can fix this later with concealer. So I'm going down a little bit. See that? And then I'm going up. I'm going to try to exaggerate this a little bit, so thicken it down here. And I want to make sure that this is really a sharp. I'm trying to go even further down. There we go. And then I'm trying to go up here. So I'm gonna grab a very small brush. This is a small little pencil brush, and you could also grab like an angled brush or something if you don't have something small and precise like this. And I'm just gonna start blending a little bit on the top, just to blend that out. And as far as like going in, I stopped maybe like on the middle of my eye, but now I'm just blending this line inwards. I don't want that definition on the inner corner of my eye, I just want it out there. And so I'm just blending this fully. This on the inside is just fully blended, and then the outer part I'm just trying to blend the top. And then I'm going to go into that Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm going to grab their color Warm Taupe. It's just a regular taupe color, and I'm just going to grab a little tiny bit of that, tap it off, and then start just blending on the top of that. And as I said, don't feel like you need to be too precise. We're going to carve this out with a concealer. I'm actually going to go in with the pencil again, and now that I have sort of like this diffused blended line, I want to go in and add back some definition to the bottom, because as I said, that's what she has. So she has sort of like this baseline where there's definition, and then it's blended on top of that. Trying to blend the top of that, but still keep a little bit of definition, you know, on the bottom. Now we're gonna carve this out and clean it up. I'm gonna go back into that concealer, put some on my hand, and go in with just an angled brush. Dip that brush in there, and then I'm just gonna trace below this line. And carve it out. And I'm just gonna do some out here too. So now we're just gonna do a little bit of a liner and false lashes. So I'm just gonna grab a felt tip liner, and I'm gonna stamp all the way from my inner corner and just out here, but I'm not gonna wing it with this black one. I just wanna sort of frame my eye and thicken up my lash line with this liner, but I don't want to wing it out with this. So I have very minimal lid space right in here, so I'm going to be very, very, very careful and just do as little as possible right here. I'm going to just sort of stamp this on here. Actually, no, that was a bad strategy. Today's lash is the only lash I ever use. It's the House of Lashes Iconic Lights. It's kind of falling down there. I think I need to get a new pair because I've been using these a lot. Let's just place that first. There we go. And then I go grab these kind of weird tweezers. Next, we're gonna do some mascara. So I'm just gonna, you know, do my lashes under these lashes, and also what I want to do is these lower ones, I'm just sort of swooping them to the side. I think she has falsies on her lower lashes too, but mine are quite long. And I'm just sort of clumping them together. And her skin is quite, as I said, matte, but I have dry skin, so I'm gonna at least prime it. This is the Cover FX SPF 30 booster. It's a very like oily SPF, and I've been loving it as my primer, or sometimes even just on days where I don't wear makeup, I just put this shit on and it makes my skin glow, as you can see. Look at that. Alright guys, this is the finished look. This is what the eye turned out like when I relax. I actually really like how it's kind of like a little bit like swooshy, and you see that little curve going downwards and then it kind of lifts upwards. I think it's kind of fancy. I kind of like it. It is my jam. And if I can say it myself, I think it actually looks quite a lot like Ariana's look. Okay, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial as usual. If you did, please give this video a like and please give it a thumbs up. It's the same thing. It's the goddamn same thing. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one.